the fuck is this? Is this a practical joke?
Oh, shit.
Don't have money for books, but got money for this newfangled...
All you gotta do is put in your order and it does the rest.
Coffee.
You gonna fuck that coffee machine up.
I know we're a rough school, but this is the worst I've ever seen the pranks.
There's something weird about this field.
You're standing on a giant dick.
Yeah.
The kids are out of control.
Think this is funny? Messing with the TV with your goddamn computer telephone?
Isn't it weird, though, seeing these kids grow up, and then one day it's just like, bam, they're 18 and you can fuck them?
No.
These students shit on this school all day. And don't nobody do nothing. I'm gonna show you what's funny.
He did it.
Campbell! I can't wait to fuck you up.
I'm sorry, what?
We're gonna handle our differences like real men.
What differences?
You got a job and I don't. That's the fucking difference.
I heard you challenge Mr. Campbell to a fist fight.
I'll see you at 3 o'clock.
You're the nice guy, and then people are like, hey, I'm gonna stomp on that guy.
He most definitely is gonna knock all the sex out of you.
Snitches get stitches.
He's holding an axe! Just arrest the guy.
Care to respond?
Fuck the police.
This is crazy. Holy shit.
Kids, they got it all hopped up on homemade meth. It's not the best batch, but...
I'm sorry. How do you know that?
How do I know what?
You're the guidance counselor. Don't do meth, period.
When I'm on my period? Don't do it? That's when I need it the most.
I'm done with this shit. Strickland wants to fuck with me. Campbell's gonna fuck right back. Daddy's gotta get in a fist fight. Fucking little motherfucking sons of bitches.
This shit is getting violent. I look like a fucking minion.
I just got done seeing Fist Fight with Charlie Day, Ice Cube, Tracy Morgan, Julian Bell, and Dean Norris. That movie is amazing. It's one of those ones that you're glad you went to see it when you leave. It gets funnier and funnier the later it gets in the movie. Yeah, this was a great movie. The things that go on in this movie, it brings up Ice Cube as being the top dog of the teachers, the one nobody wants to mess with. He causes trouble everywhere he goes in there, but he's doing it for a reason. This is a great movie. It's got a great story behind it, great meaning behind it, and it's kind of true the way people are these days compared to when I went to school, compared to where school is now. And from what I've seen and heard, and school just isn't the same as it used to be. It's gotten pretty much worse. And this movie kind of depicts that. And it's got a lot of puns in there from Ice Cube too, you know. Of course, you got the NWA pun, fuck the police. You got the first movie not the first movie he did, the first movie he wrote, which was Friday. He did that one. Of course, it's fist fight. You know which one that is. You got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, this movie is just amazing. I saw the preview and I was like, where's the X come into play? Is he just searching for him? You find out how the X comes into play, and it has nothing to do with Charlie Day. It's completely amazing. I mean, it just blows your mind away. The people I went with, they didn't even expect it to be as good as it was. They were like, okay, it's going to be good, but it's like wine. It gets better the longer you watch it. And BK, he's not with us right now, but he always says that if it's an hour-and-a-half movie, it's not a great movie. But this one, he's wrong on. This is about an hour and a half, hour 35 minutes, something like that. And it just gets better and better and better and better. The things you see Charlie Day try to do to avoid the fight, the things he goes through and the things he has to do to avoid this fight before he realizes he actually has to do the fight. It gets funnier seeing him grow his balls bigger and bigger and bigger pretty much. With this movie, you've got people like Julian Bell. If you don't know her, she's from The Night Before. She was Seth Rogen's wife in that movie. Dean Norris was Breaking Bad. He was the cop, the brother-in-law. Of course, everybody knows Tracy Morgan. Everybody knows Ice Cube and Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I actually just got done watching season 11. Oh yeah, also with Horrible Bosses too. You know him from there too. And he does not disappoint in this movie. Everything I've seen Charlie Day do has just been phenomenal. The very first movie I remember Charlie Day being in for me was Horrible Bosses. I remember Charlie Day being in Horrible Bosses, and it just blew me away, the kind of energy he had, you know, and I knew he was going to be doing things. And I had watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and at that time I just couldn't get into it. Since I've watched Horrible Bosses, I try to watch everything Charlie Day's in now. You know, he's just that funny. And in this movie, he does not disappoint. This movie kind of is a movie that is familiar, but has a little twist to it because it's the familiar, school teacher thing. But then you got the whole twist where they're trying, in a weird way, they're trying to bring the school together to realize that there needs to be a change. And the prison scene, oh my God, I'm not trying to give any spoilers away because this movie comes out Friday. You're going to have to go see this Friday. It is that good. You don't want to miss out. Everybody's going to be talking about it over this weekend. I'm calling it's going to be number 1 at the box office this weekend. It is that good. I guarantee it'll be number 1 at the box office. I mean, the prison scene it has, well, it's not really prison. The jail scene it has, it's golden. It just makes Charlie Day just cringe, like you've seen him do in so many times in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's just like, oh no, what did I do? It's just amazing and outstanding work by both Ice Cube. I mean, Ice Cube was hilarious. Even though he played a serious guy, he was so funny playing that serious guy. He kept that face pretty much the whole movie. What you see in the trailers, that's his face the whole movie. And Charlie Day, the way they play off together, I bet it was hard. It had to be hard for Ice Cube to keep that face that he has with the way Charlie Day just goes off. At the end, they got these little outtakes and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that they come up with, it's hilarious. You can tell this is one of the ones they did what was written and what was ad-libbed, and they just put it together and made the best movie yet. This, in my opinion, you have to go see. Yes, I am that sure of it. The best part of it is the talented show. I was laughing so hard, I was crying. It's kind of the becoming of age type movie. It's Charlie Day becoming a man and trying to finally stand up for himself because he's tired of getting bullied. Everything's on the line, and it's one of those days where us adults, we feel like, oh my God, I'm done with today, screw everybody else. It's one of those days. Charlie Day is planting drugs, trying to figure out how to frame him for this, frame him for that. He goes out of his way to avoid the fight. Finally, in the prison or the jail scene, he kind of has a realization. A little bit later, it just snaps in him where it's just like, okay, screw you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what needs to be done. So, F you, F you, F you. Who's next? Well, everybody, I know this was a little short one, but I tell you what, this is a 5 out of 5 star movie, or 2 thumbs way, way up, however you want to say it. This movie you have to see.
Thanks for listening to the Whole Picture Podcast, brought to you by Scent of a Geek. Scented wax with a geeky twist at www.scentofageek.com. We're on every other Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time at blogtalkradio.com/wholepicturepod. Don't forget to follow us for new updates on shows. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook at Whole Picture Pod. The Whole Picture is also on Google Play Music and iTunes. For more information, check out www.wholepicturemovies.com.